Good dog. Also, I wanted to get my tent down, but we're still on a quite a bit of a hill. Also, if you're tuning in and you haven't already, please, don't forget to follow the stream there. You're more than welcome to turn on the notifications for when I do go live. Also, trying to build a community as well. So any engagement, if you have questions or about the game or that you want to ask, either myself or somebody else in the chat, I definitely encourage you to do so, because that's the only way I can build, a community, is to get, everyone engaged with one another that has the, similar interests and enjoy, hunting or talking about hunting. All right, we've got a flat spot finally. So let's put a tent down here. If it will let us. Goose. Maybe it's not flat enough here yet. Open space. Open space. This is pretty open. Yeah, here we go. Excellent. So we've got, yeah. See, so this whole thing here is a hill, like from the contour. Like this is what we just climbed up. Also, I hear something coming. And it's spooked. Oh, another bear. I really doubt we hit that. I think the dog spooked that one there. Yeah. Well, that's not good. Just gonna grab another tent out of here. Make sure we always at least have a tent on us. Seeing as I thought I kind of gonna oh, we did hit him. Sweet. Yeah, gonna have to kind of get some of the tents placed around, in the interest of, finding the outposts and stuff at a later time. Which, I guess you probably should do first. I've just, I've only done it on the one map, and it is pretty time consuming, so I don't think people want to watch, me running around placing tents all over the map and getting outposts. I mean, maybe you do. If you do, let me know. But getting, I think, the diamond sheep would be much better now. Ooh, he's pretty healthy still. Don't know if we've hit. I don't think we've hit a yeah, I don't think we've hit an organ. It's too healthy for that. Well, maybe. He is kind of bleeding out pretty quickly here. Also, having the dog helping with the tracking is unbelievably helpful. When I first started, tracking, my goodness, I was going in circles, like getting really confused. He's got to be dead here, real close. Oh, so I don't see him unless that's him down there. That must be him, right? That one's not alive. Yeah, that's him. Okay, we found him. Okay, well, I'm gonna set my dog onto here to find it anyways, because the more you get your dog to track and find your harvests, the more you can increase their tracking ability, or like, you know, they actually have their own, if you don't know, in here under hunting dog, they have their own stats and things. So I've still got, you know, 9 levels to go on the companion side, but the one that makes the difference is obviously the tracking. So we've got 4 levels to go. So under his traits, you know, every 5 levels you get to select something else that helps, you know, kind of improve your dog, like this one here, which we need right now, having your dog close to you. And he's way up here. He is not coming down here though. Should be coming down here. Here he comes. And we'll yeah, we'll have him kind of, you know, discover this harvest, and that will help increase. There we go. It'll help increase his yeah, his stats over time. It's kind of annoying, but I mean, you only got to rank him up once, right? And then once you got him ranked up, you know, it'll benefit you in the long run. Oh, nice. Shot him in the butt. Alright, back to the mission. Yeah, and pinging the, I mean, I guess it's self-explanatory or not, but navigation is not really my strong suit, obviously, when it comes to this kind of thing, but the trick of pinging the center of your, placing your waypoint on the center of the hunting pressure, which is what this purple stuff is here. That'll be kind of where the center of that will be where you first kind of, you know, hit the animal. And as far as I know, if you've hit the animal and you've got this is what, you know, kind of indicates that you have hit the animal or that the animal has died. It should be somewhere, you know, within this circle. But with the dog, as long as you are within the circle, I believe if you have him search for blood, you should be able to find it. But going right to the center and then putting your dog onto track, somewhere in the very small kind of radius around the center there is where you're gonna find that initial blood. Like I said, like when you first start, you don't have the dog, and that was like a make or break tip for me, just trying to even start finding stuff, because for a lot of the times there, I was shooting animals and not able, you know, to find their blood for the life of me. And yeah, like, you know, probably missed out on a lot of, because you only get your, you know, your in-game currency or experience through actually completing the harvest, like by, like, you know, finding the downed animal. Like if you go and you track an animal for an hour and a half and you don't find, you know, the animal, you're getting nothing, you know, for that. So it can be really frustrating starting out. So yeah, when you don't have the dog and you're going to the center, it definitely makes it a lot easier to start, you know, kind of getting some of those harvests under your belt to be able to, you know, get the dog, and then it gets slowly easier over time. But yeah, I am a horrible hunter when it comes to tracking. And I have covered that kind of stuff in the, you know, past stream, but as we kind of go, want to, you know, fill things in, you know, everybody, you know, kind of starts somewhere. I mean, like, I by no means got the hang of anything really just, you know, improving as well. But if there's anybody that was in, you know, the same boat I was in and trying something completely different and absolutely clueless about how this game works, then I hope that those tips can help you start, or, you know, maybe not be as frustrated as I was, because yeah, the start of this game is very, very difficult. And that first map is a lot kind of like, you know, like this isn't even really compared to like the Latent Lakes bad. Like at least there's gaps in between these trees. The brush and the trees on that first map and why they chose that to be your starting one, I could not tell you for the life of me. But that map, man, is when you're learning how to actually do this, is super, super difficult because the visibility is very poor, and I swear there's not as many animals out there as there are on, you know, one like this. But it's deceptive. Like, you know, there probably is as many animals on the other maps as there are on, you know, this one. But you probably don't know that, you know, like I say, you're startling them either with, you know, your scent. If you're trying to track, you know, through thick brush, you could be just from your sound or your scent, you know, startling animals away from you, defeating, you know, I guess the whole point of, you know, trying to get to them or get a visual on them before you can even, you know, shoot them and progress. Whereas, you know, like on here, like at least, you know, there's gaps and stuff up here. Where if they are walking or you do spot something, you know, at least you can see them, you know, kind of walk through an area like this, right? Latent Lakes, there's not a whole lot of stuff like this. It's like this. So it's not very beginner friendly in my opinion, but, you know, maybe that's something that was intentional. I don't know. I mean, like, it is a hunting game, right? So tracking is a part of hunting. I just think they could have made it maybe a little bit easier. Like, they could have reversed it. Like, they could have had, you know, maybe this be one of the starting maps, right? Or even, you know, have a smaller area. So we might actually put a tent kind of over here on our way on the other side of this lake too. So that's another super helpful tip when it comes to starting out as well, is staying as close to water sources as possible, or routes where, like on the low ground where game's gonna travel, like, you know, like through this valley or something, for example. Like, they're probably not gonna come down here, go up like this mountain, and then over here. You know, unless you're like a goat or something maybe. But like, I'm talking like the other stuff, like they're probably gonna travel, you know, down this wide open flat area between here and here. Or around, you know, like this, between these lakes like this or something. But hunting around the water and looking at, you know, the contour of where, you know, you'd think they'd be most likely to go, like, you know, like this, helps in coming across animals that are traveling between their drinking zones or feeding zones or whatever, rather than just, you know, kind of aimlessly walking through the bush, because that's kind of, you know, how I started in the beginning. It was kind of like just walking all over the place. Like, I wasn't actually really thinking about checking the lakes. I mean, I guess if, you know, I was actually a hunter, maybe like that would be pretty self-explanatory, but it, you know, I didn't really think about it. But yeah, that's another thing that's made a difference in acquiring, you know, more animals kind of closer together than, you know, as, like, I was still, you know, getting animals, but the time in between each one was just so much longer than it needed to be not doing that. And I am ignoring, you know, most of this stuff that's going on around me at the moment, just because, you know, I want to be going for this, this sheep, or sorry, not sheep, mountain goat. And I believe up in this northern part up here, where it's more kind of rocky, is where we're gonna find them. So we're gonna try it. But I'm trying to kind of, you know, go there in a way that we're going past, you know, other lakes. So when we come back to, you know, try for something else, this boring travel part is done. Like, I mean, we're 45 minutes in now, and I'm like, you know, barely halfway there. But when you stop to, you know, like I say, like, it's really easy to get off track, and get distracted. Which is not a bad thing, but if you have a specific goal, it probably, you know, helps to not get distracted too much. Like, I mean, I just encourage you, if you are playing games, just do what's fun. Like, if you want to stop and get lost and go after everything that makes noise, you know, do that. But if you are specifically trying to get certain animals, that approach may not yield you those diamonds and stuff. And like, I mean, I'm not really one to talk. Like I say, I haven't come across one yet, even myself. But I would bet that the reason is probably because that's kind of how I've been playing for the early parts of the game, because I couldn't afford anything for equipment anyways. So it's like, well, you know, best thing to do is just, you know, shoot and track everything you see first, and then when you get a little bit of the equipment, then start specifically going for, you know, things instead. I do not know if we hit him. We'll find out. But yeah. Anyway, that's enough on that topic. I'm sure, you know, people aren't playing or watching the stream, you know, to learn about the game. Some of you guys are probably, you know, all know all this kind of stuff already, right? So I don't want to bore you to death. Let's get a tent down right by this lake right here. That looks like a good spot. Grab another tent. Yeah, I haven't been using the tents anywhere near as much as I should be. Again, probably making it, you know, harder on myself. But yeah, taking advantage of these tents makes a big difference when especially when you don't have the you know, when you don't have the ability to travel to the points, because you gotta, in order to be able to fast travel to certain points on the map, you gotta go to the outposts and stuff first before you can do that. Just knowing where they are isn't enough. Got a sheep dude over there. We didn't hit anything here as far as an animal like that we just tried to shoot. But we could try maybe to get this guy. The only thing is he's, again, the opposite direction that we want to go. Yeah, I think we'll probably, yeah, we could just leave him. We'll have another opportunity if we get, like I say, you know, stay on track here and just get up here. Try not to keep getting distracted every time. You know, follow my own advice, hey? Yeah, I want to keep it as, you know, also, with that, you know, other stuff being said, as engaging as possible as well. So it's, you know, people don't get bored. don't know what the easiest start getting up to the center of these lakes. Way up here. I mean, one option is, you know, I just grab an ATV out of the tent, I drive over there, put the tent down, travel back, you know, to one of these other tents that we placed for a little bit to let the, you know, the animals kind of unstartle way up there, and then just travel back, you know, to this tent later. I don't know, like that could be a plan too, like just to save travel time, but personally I don't really mind walking and being boring. I like the bush, but you know, I think the audience that is probably here has probably got, you know, is this similar, if not the same kind of style of play as me. I mean, this game tends to attract the people that enjoy it being slower paced. That's actually why I wanted to play this one in the first place. It's because I wanted something different. It wasn't so, you know, where you gotta be so sweaty all the time in lobbies and stuff. Uh-oh. I might have shot over his shoulder there. But yeah. So hopefully it's not boring for you to be out here on the hunt. That one was definitely hit. I'm just gonna chase him down. I think he's gonna drop. It's another tip. You don't, if you have a visual on the animal like this, not just immediately shooting it a second time can help your trophy rating score. Yikes. He might not die. Because sometimes if you take a quick follow-up shot and you hit a different organ, or sorry, not a different organ, but you hit, you know, like the liver or the stomach or something like that, you're gonna degrade your potential income or trophy, you know, from that that animal. So like that'd be more like, say, you know, hunting your diamond or whatever, really taking your time, not doing what I'm doing now, like rushing your shot placement and stuff, because when you know, if you spend the time to actually track that diamond down and find it, you don't want to throw all that away by taking a poor follow-up shot and you know, ruining it for yourself. We got something growling at us big time here. Hopefully it's not about to charge us. But yeah. A pro. Oh. So this guy actually might die up here. I don't know if I hit him in the organ. I don't think so. If he ran this far, bears usually, if you do hit them in something somewhat decent, they don't go this far away. At least this time we're heading kind of in the right direction. He's got to be really close. Yeah, there he is. Sweet. Not bad. It's kind of nice that he came running out. Always Try not to neglect your dog. I mean, when the animal is dead, it's not gonna go anywhere. Make sure you feed him. You did a good job. Saved you a lot of time. That's what was growling. There's a lot of growling going on here. Sorry guys, my phone's ringing. I'll turn this off. Right, well, we're gonna harvest this. That would have been cool to actually maybe get that guy, but fortunately my phone's just going off. Just give me 1 second here. Let's go. In the middle of streaming. So that's good to know. So the those puma dudes growl at you when you get close. I'm surprised that we were even able to get close enough with them by accident that we'd even be that close to them, because I would think that they'd be more kind of like the wolves, right? And just, fuck off into, Timbuktu before you see them. Like, hunting wolves so far has been the most, apart from, chasing the moose with a 243, which is, probably just moronic at this point. I mean, anyways. Apart from that, with the right equipment for what you're hunting, I would say the wolves for me were the absolute most challenging, because their smell obviously is way better than a lot of other stuff, and their eyesight is also better. They're smaller, they're harder to see, and they're fast as fuck, like if you're, startling them. And like, when I was trying to do it, it's really tough. Like, you almost, like, you have to use, well, I shouldn't say you have to, but the only way I was able to do it was using the jackrabbit distress collar thing, which I don't actually have on me right now to show you what I mean, but there is a something like a rabbit distress call that attracts predators. So again, for those that you don't that may not know, in your inventory here you have, there are lures in this game. The only one I've got with me right now is this one here. So it says affected species, or the deer and stuff. And you can call them or whatever. Well, there's one of those lures that works for those wolves, which is mimicking the sound of like a jackrabbit or like an injured animal, like a injured small game that they may want to hunt themselves for food. So yeah, was the only way I was able to do it. Also, I had to like lie down. So on the bottom right hand side of the screen here, so I've got that semicircle thing between the heart and whatever. When I lie down, that line goes straight horizontal. That means I can't be seen. When I start to move or make noise, I get that symbol there, which shows I'm half visible. When I stand up, I'm half visible. And then, like, say I were to walk over, like, I mean, when I walk, you get the sound meter as well, how much sound you're making. That affects things too. But like, say this bush here, if I can get to it without, startling this bear up here, but I'll show you what I mean. So I'm walking slow, I'm partially visible. Once I get to like a bush or something like this, I may not have to be, standing up, but if I crouch, whatever, it changes. Like, it makes it so you're harder to see for the animals. Also, your dog, if it runs too far ahead of you, can also startle animals as well. Which can be frustrating. Like when I first started using the dog, I startled far too many animals with them because I didn't realize that. My goodness, he's gonna run all the way back over there. Maybe I should just shoot him again. Still running. Probably didn't hit an organ. Yikes. This ATV thing might be the play, guys, at this point. But that one, at least we know we hit that one. So it'd be a disservice to not at least go over here and see how bad he's bleeding. He should be bleeding. These should be his tracks here. Yeah. So yeah, there he is bleeding. Oh yeah, he's still quite healthy too. Shoot, he could run. He could run quite a ways. Before he dies. Oh. Now he's quite a bit weaker, so he actually might be closer over off this track here than the dog. Don't see it though. The problem is too, sometimes the AI, the way it goes, they might stop and then flip around and run the opposite direction quickly. And you know, it can be misleading, but that cone thing is supposed to be kind of like, you know, the direction, like you went, you know, in line, but so he obviously went, you know, this way and then up this way, but the last blood drop was here. But you wouldn't know without the dog that you go from there to, like, you know what I mean? So like that's how your tracking time gets just significantly reduced, because the dog will go straight to the blood rather than the footprints. Because just because he's bleeding doesn't mean every track that he drops is going to have blood. But he is fortunately coming back up kind of where we want him to be going, or where we want to go, so he did turn around. See if we can find him up here. Come on, Goose. Talk to us. Oh, he's running still. He's got to be down somewhere around here. Uh-oh. This is also a problem that happens sometimes. Dog gets stuck on and then you're kind of screwed. Because then you gotta go actually find it. Oh, he made it. Okay, well, that's good. Oh, now he's gonna get stuck on this one. See, maybe we kind of leave him back there and hopefully find another thing of blood before we go out of his range. Yeah, see, we're out of his range now, so now he's no longer tracking. Hopefully he can find the blood on this side of the rock this time. Yeah, see, he doesn't find the track. That's not good. As far as I know, he went up this way here. And he's got to be down somewhere close. Yeah. Fuck. We might not find this. Might have fucked it up with the dog getting stuck. Oh, that's not blood. Shoot. We just need to find a blood patch somewhere in his travels. The next one is up here. Yeah, we might not have. He had to, like, I think we're on the wrong track here, because yeah, he would have had to have been. He's not finding blood. He had to have been close to that 25% thing there. He's probably, knowing me, I probably walked right past him, but yeah. And that's what happens. So usually you gotta go, you know, all the way back to your last blood thing, which would be back here somewhere, and then retrace. But anything that's blue should be the same animal, as long as you don't click on one of the white ones. It's, you know, supposed to be, anyways, in theory. So it should, you know, still be the same animal. But it is that easy to make him, you know, to get lost and then not, yeah, not find the animal, which is unfortunate. Again, we don't have, well, this is where we initially shot it, so we've tracked it all the way up here now. Or we want to go this way, so we'll probably take this low trail. If we don't find it soon up here, we'll just disengage and get back on track. It's how easy it is to get distracted and screw it up. Yeah. There's also the chance that he's just not bleeding anymore. But I mean, he dropped quite a bit of health, you know, on that whole you know, it went from like 100, like he dropped almost three quarters of his health. So I'm pretty sure he didn't make himself a bandage. So the chances of him just, like, you know, not dying and stopping bleeding, or I don't even think that's possible, especially if he's, you know, yes, the bleed rate is low, but the health pool eventually, even if it's low, will run out if he's bleeding. So, you know, he should be dead somewhere along here. But like, that's quite a distance, and like, again, this right here. Oh, I hear him, maybe, or that's the goose flying away. But yeah, this situation here, where you're like miles away from where you were, this is what happens when you don't take your time shooting the, like, not, well, with anything, but like diamonds too, even, it's even worse. Like a diamond, it might be, you might track it all the way up to like here. But this problem, you can avoid by taking the time to hit the organ, which, you know, obviously I didn't do in that case because I shot him on a spur as he's running by. But he could go from like here to here and die if you hit an organ, rather than, you know, hitting him here, having him have a slow bleed rate, going way the hell up here and then, you know, losing them up in the bush. Like, that's how easy it is to just, you know, screw it up. You know, maybe it's easier for somebody else, but for me, no. But yeah, anyways, we might just give up on this guy pretty soon, unless this is him now, barking at us and he hasn't died. Yeah, there he is, down there. Or that could be... No, that could be a different... So see how all these previous tracks now have turned white? That's because I'm on a different animal now. So that may or may not be our bear. But that is something that I didn't realize right away either, is the track. So what you want to do in that case is go back, you know, to your most... See how this is highlighted now? This is a rest zone for something else that sat here or rested here. But we know, because these things here are the investigated tracks for what we were tracking, are now white. You got to go back to make sure you get these blue like this, and then it'll see how it changes this back now. Because you don't want to just randomly not realize that you switch tracks and then end up tracking something that, you know, either one haven't even shot, or, you know, worse, a completely different animal. Because then, you know, you end up doing what we've been doing. You walk around, you know, in the bush getting nowhere and you get nothing for it. So yeah, we're gonna abandon that that track. Maybe we can always come back and track them later. We want to get up here. We're still kind of going the right way. Like, I mean, as long as we're heading towards that thing, I guess we can still follow this. But if this, as soon as it kind of veers off where we want to go, we're gonna abandon. Because you know, he could be 6 feet away from us. We don't know. It's the fun part about this game. But as long as you're, you know, staying within this cone off the track, then you should come across the next one. And this is a bug here too. See how there's 2 of these indicators? Like, this is supposedly me over here, and also, you know, me but not me. That's been happening recently to me, and I don't know why it's duplicating like that. But that, you know, when you're relying on a map, is kind of frustrating, because you don't necessarily know which one you actually are. Mountain lions. That would be cool, but again, that's distraction central, so we're gonna get to the other side of this mountain down here. I think we want to be on the other side of this ridge. I'm fairly certain that's... Yeah, we do. We want to be... Hopefully there's actually a way to get through over here. Like, I mean, we can follow this trail all the way around like this. We could kind of maybe come down to like this point here, check this water source on the way, and loop up this trail in the valley. So the last thing you want to do is walk all the way over there and then find out that you can't get over because there's a massive rock face and have to backtrack. I've made that mistake a couple times. And those tracks here, they should stay on the map as far as I know. Unless maybe we start, because I'm pretty sure you can have multiple, like, I think maybe you can have 3 sets of tracks on the map at a time. I'm not sure. Because normally I track the animal right through as long as it takes, but I'm pretty sure you can have 3. There's a mountain lion. Now he is out in the middle of nowhere. So there is a chance here, again, with our scent being behind us, that I could place a somewhat... I don't know how good these things' eyesights are, but if we could place a proper shot with him being out in the middle of that field, he could go down immediately, and that would be kind of nice. Just hopefully he doesn't make... Maybe we'll just take the shot. Seems like he's kind of just chilling. I don't know if crouching makes a difference. Oh, shoot. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's really, really tough doing it far away. And that's such a small target if you want to hit an organ. So, gotta wait for the heart rate to drop a bit here before we take this one. Try this again. Yeah, and we did get... He went down immediately. That's really good. We don't want to go on another failed escapade like the bear. But yeah, sometimes it's just easier to move on from an animal and go to another. Especially if you're not finding your, your prey, I guess. It can be frustrating. Come on, Goose. I got something over here for you to find. Yeah, let's see how we did. Maybe we got him in the heart. I really doubt it from that far away. I'm guessing probably a lung, but okay. Have your trait. But yeah, no, good times. Let's check this guy out. Doesn't look friendly. Oh, he was a gold one. Cool. Oh, we did. Holy shit, we got a really good shot on him. We got right lung, left lung, and the heart. That does not happen too often. I didn't think that would count as hitting, because to me that's above the heart. But yeah, no, we got, I guess we got the ventricles. But yeah, that is a very lucky shot to get 3 major organs. That's why he died so fast. Cool. Oh, and to get that true shot thing on your harvest, at least on Xbox, you click on your the right trigger to pull up that kind of Skate 3. If anybody remembers that game, kind of, Hall of Meat looking X-ray vision there for your shots. Goose, come on.